Hello there, everyone, and welcome to Class Reunion Chat Room. I know this isn't a usual menu screen you'd see, but this is exactly the first screen you get when you boot up the game. So, I don't know what to tell you. I tried to see if there was like another menu screen, but it basically just took me right to the directions, which you'll see. So, I don't know. But this is a text-based horror game? The music is, because this is not my music. This is the game's music. It's very chill, like lo-fi. I'm studying in the library, but I'm pretty sure this is a horror game. So interesting. But it's exactly what it sounds like. Class reunion chat room. I don't really know much else beyond that. It's supposed to be a fairly short experience. We'll see how long it takes me, because I'm kind of a slow dude, but we'll see. It's free on Steam, so I love a free game. So if you're interested in playing a free little game, I mean, go ahead. It costs you nothing, so go ahead and do that. But we're just gonna get right into it. All right. And the music stopped. Cool. All right, tutorial. Press space to advance the story. Type the gray pre-written text into the chat box if Amy is responding, and press the send button or enter to send it. Alternatively, you can press the double arrow button to autofill the text. Oh, that's nice. I was like, how much am I gonna have to type here? Okay, so it's pre-written text. I see. Press spacebar. Cool. Oh. This game features descriptions of violence, gore, animal cruelty. Oh my god. Ooh. The story is a warning. You could be next. Oh, immediately I'm terrified. Sometimes I wonder why they keep the convenience store open that long. Just like last night and the night before, barely any customers came. Whatever, as long as I get paid. I love this, like, rainy city background, but I swear on my fucking life, if, like, eyes poke up above this, in the window or so, oh my god. Ooh, my stomach dropped. Okay, whatever, as long as I get paid. Oh, looks like it started raining right when I got home. Guess I was lucky. Can't open the window and let fresh air in without getting my laptop wet, though. Sigh. Alright, how should I kill time tonight? The big disadvantage of being awake when everyone else was asleep was that I had no one to chat with after getting home. Sometimes I'd play random games I'd find on the internet or watch some movie. Unproductive stuff. Listen, that's productive to me. You're having fun. If you're having a good time, I say that the time is spent productively. Also, 2:14, is that? I assume that's like AM, because Jesus. Which is probably a bad habit considering I still hadn't figured out what direction to take my life in. Let me put on some music first. So you're gonna play calming music? Great. This is the perfect soundtrack for a chill, rainy night. It is. I'm scared. An email? I barely ever get any emails. The store manager usually contacts me via SMS. Just say text. And my friends via full chat. Yeah, just say text. Yeah. Huh, it's an email by Blaze Marktree. I hadn't heard that name in forever. Blaze is an old classmate of mine. He was the smartest in our grade. No, probably the whole school. He also generally kept people at arm's length. I barely knew anything about him because of that. Why was he sending me an email? Oh, okay. Auto opens it for me. Cool. Dear Amy Waterfield, my name is Blaze Marktree. You might remember me from our shared time at school. Recently, a couple of past classmates and I decided that it would be a great idea to catch up with everyone. This might serve as a great opportunity to reforge connections and learn more about the paths everyone has taken. Ideally, this could result in an in-person reunion in the future. I've linked an invitation to a group chat that we created and invited all classmates to below. Note that you will need to install a free piece of chat software called Full Chat to participate. Don't hesitate to let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Yours sincerely, Blaze Marktree. Okay. Do I just press spacebar? Oh, I guess. This mail was oddly formal for an invitation to a class reunion chat. The way Blaze had worded it made it seem more like a business opportunity. Either way, this sounded like a great idea. The only person I had kept in touch with since leaving school was my best friend Liv. Generally, I did enjoy my time at school, and most people in my class were pretty cool. I'd also love to know what they're currently doing. Maybe they could give me some ideas for my future. Alright, it's settled. Time to join the group chat. Not that anyone would be online at this time of night. The famous last words. Seems like 3 other people aside from me have joined the chat so far. Blaze, someone called Gigi with a heart, and someone called Mike. Mike? 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 I don't know. Mike? I'm gonna go with that. Oh, Blaze is writing something. Seems like he is still awake after all. Hello, Amy. It's nice to see you here. You're one of the first to join this group chat aside from us 3, who came up with the idea for this class reunion project. The purpose of this group chat is to catch up with our past classmates and to reforge connections. Let us know if you have any questions or concerns. Also, I'm turning the volume down because this feels like a game that's going to jump scare me. I could be wrong, but it feels like one that's, because it's so stagnant, it feels like a jump scare sort of game. And if I have the volume too high, it's like I'm going to actually shit my pants. Okay. Whew. So I press this or just spacebar? Okay. Oh, it's Gigi. You're the only one I know who writes such long paragraphs in full chat. And wasn't all of that information already in your email? I love the faces she's using. It never hurts to make sure that everyone is on the same page. Also, I would recommend spelling it email, as it is a compound made up of the words electronic and mail. You don't write e-business or e-learning either, do you? Okay. Anyway, it's nice to meet you again, Amy. Oh, okay. I'm gonna do that. Nice to meet you as well. Okay. He seems like a great guy. So fun to be around. Ooh. Do I just press spacebar too? Oh no. Okay. So I just press that. I have to admit that I'm not fully sure whose name belongs to who, though. I told you using your full name as your chat name, or at least your first name, just like Amy, would make things a lot easier. But Gigi sounds way cuter. Anyway, I'm Angie. We hung out one time, if you still remember. Now that she mentioned it, we did hang out once. We weren't particularly close, though. Angie was someone who got along with everyone in our class and who was always surrounded by a bunch of other girls. It was the same when we went shopping. She invited me directly and I wasn't sure how to decline. I initially assumed we would go with a few people, but we ended up going as a group of 15. Jesus Christ. I don't even know that many people. Hanging out with so many people at once was a bit much. Yeah. I didn't dislike Angie, though. I think I genuinely enjoy hanging out with her one-on-one. And you might know Mike, as Mike. Don't mind his frequent typographical errors. You'll have to get used to them. Whatever. Hello. He's a bit shy, but he'll open up to you in no time. Alright. Hi, Mike. I'm not sure, but I don't think we interacted much during our time at school, did we? I don't think so. Mike didn't have too big of a presence, so I'm not surprised that you don't remember him. Only because he was shy, though. He was really good at sports. If he had been less timid, he would have likely been very popular. Oh, okay. You 3 seemed close. Were you friends back in school? I didn't remember seeing them hanging out together. Kind of. It was Angie's fault. Don't make it sound like a bad thing. I noticed that Blaze and Mike always hung out alone, so I befriended them. We ended up hanging out frequently, and our friendship lasted beyond school. I wasn't good at making friends. I probably would have been fine alone, but it was still nice to have people I could share my thoughts with. Aww. It was, by the way, also Angie's idea to create this group reunion chat. Mike and I ended up being dragged into it. Angie tends to be pretty disorganized, so I figured they'd need me to handle the administrative side. And I guess reforging contacts, just in case they come in handy later, isn't a bad idea either. I joined because I was hoping that I could get to know my classmates properly since I missed out on that when I was still in school. I noticed that you became more outgoing recently, Mike. I think that's great. Okay. So, what have you all been up to after leaving school? I'll start. This might come as a bit of a surprise, but I've been working in software development. This was a surprise indeed. Angie was very open about herself to anyone who would listen, but I had never heard of her being into tech. I personally think that there was no reason to keep your love for programming a secret back then, Angie. Yeah, wasn't anything bad after all. Ah, well, I just thought it would make me seem weird or something. Teehee. Well, my past suspicions are sometimes being confirmed, unfortunately. There are some colleagues and clients at my company that make snarky comments. They're just being poo-poo heads. How old are we? Old enough to be in software development? Who's... Mike? What is happening? Anyways. Yeah, we know how skilled you are at what you do. Thanks, guys. I have a theory, though, that since she's in software development, I'm like... Is she gonna end up being, like, the antagonist or something? Like, is she gonna be the villain? She's programming weird software or something. Also, I wonder if I can click on these. Oh, no, I can't. Okay, I didn't know. I'm glad I was able to talk about my hobby with you two back then, at least. Can you imagine my surprise, Amy, when Blaze came up to me out of the blue and told me that he knew that I was into programming? I totally thought he was about to blackmail me. Turns out he's just really smart and wanted to confirm his suspicions. It didn't make sense to keep it a secret from Blaze and Mike after that. Also, why is it skipping 2 messages at a time now? Why? So I just poured my heart out about all the nerdy stuff I couldn't talk about with anyone else to them. Bit off topic, but that emoji you used gives me heartburn. Yes, it looks quite odd. I think it's cute. I like it. I think it's funny looking. Anyway, you're next, Mike. Also, I'm clicking now instead of spacebar because spacebar, I guess, is just doing 2 messages at a time now, whereas clicking is not? So I don't know. You'll be surprised to hear what Mike has been up to, Amy. Actually, how about you guess first? Oh. I didn't know Mike at all, so I wasn't sure how I was supposed to guess his current job. All I knew about him was that he was into sports back in school. Something with sports? I knew you'd guess that. It's probably a bit of a weird jump from sports, but I work with animals. I enjoyed sports in school, but I also really liked biology. I always felt less awkward around animals than humans. So I ended up studying zoology and became a keeper. What? That is so sick. That was like one of my childhood dream jobs, is being a zookeeper. Oh, man. Hell yeah, dude. Zoology was like one of my favorite classes ever in high school, too. Hell yeah, dude. That's really cool. So you work at a zoo? Yeah, it's really fun. I actually forgot to account for what I'd have to work with other people even when working in a zoo. But my coworkers are really cool. And thanks to them, I became a bit more sociable. Which is why I hope I can maybe get to know my classmates properly now. Anyway, I probably wrote too much. Your turn, Blaze. Blaze's story is probably more interesting. I see. My time has come then. Dramatic as hell. I knew early on that I wanted to study and practice law. I figured it would be an adequate challenge and prove to be a fulfilling career path. After some research, I concluded that one of the best options for me was Yale University in the United States of America. Are we not in the US? Because if you're in the US, you would not say all of that. Speaking as someone from the US, nobody would say that. So, I don't know. It has a fairly low acceptance rate, but I wasn't too worried. Currently, I'm in my last semester. Do you have any further questions? That sounds great. What is America? So they're not in America. Okay. Where are they then? Maybe, I don't know. I don't have a guess. Well, it's hard to generalize as this is a very big country. But what impressed me was the contrast between the big cities and the more rural areas of America. I also really like spending time at the parks. They're very pleasant. So true, though. Dude, the difference between rural towns and cities is insane, actually. Forgot to ask earlier, but have you made friends there? I'd love to get to know them. Oh, I was like, it won't let me click. Oh, he's not replying. That's probably a reply in and of itself. Blaze did always have trouble making friends because of how unapproachable he made himself. Sorry, the pause made me skip a beat. Like, my heart. That made me so nervous. I thought something was gonna really happen. I don't know. I don't need any friends in America. I can just hang out online with you. Aw, that's sweet. You know, Amy, Blaze may seem very unfriendly and pedantic, but he's actually very nice. He's always helped me with anything if I needed any help and not just with studying. Yeah, he's a bit of a tsundere. Enough. What is a tsundere? You know, someone who seems cold or harsh but gets warm and kind as you get to know them. The one who says, it's not like I like you or anything. Baka. What's happening? I would never say that. Sure. I wasn't following this conversation at all. The replies just made me more confused. Anyway, what about you, Amy? What have you been doing? Nothing as interesting as you three. I'm working at a convenience store to bridge time until I'm sure what I want to do long term. No worries, I'm sure you'll figure it out soon enough. Yeah, it took me some thinking to find out that I wanted to be a keeper. There's no rush. I wouldn't recommend wasting too much time either, though. Blaze, shut the fuck up. Yeah, Gigi said it, man. But I guess there's nothing wrong with taking your time to make sure that you chose the right career path for you, or choose. The thumbs up. They were a bit of an odd bunch, but they all seemed like very nice people overall. Well, Blaze still seemed a bit stuck up, but I trust Angie's and Mike's assessments of him. They knew him way longer than I did. My stomach is rumbling. Oh, I'm nervous. Oh, I'm nervous. Also, I feel like the music got loud. I could just be adjusting to the volume, though. I was like, I feel like the music got louder, and that makes me nervous. Also, does that mean a camera is on? I just noticed there's a red dot up here. Okay. Right, I still hadn't eaten anything since coming home. Okay, I will be AFK for a bit. I don't know what AFK means. I'll make myself something to eat. See you in a bit. Oh, the wave. Dude, all of her little, like, thingies are so cute. I love them a lot. Okay, I also cannot tell you just how nervous I am. I'm like... Man, because this game is not supposed to be that long. So I'm like... I had a warning and everything. But everything is so pure and nice right now. I'm so scared. I should get something too. Be back in a bit. Okay. Oh, I'm so scared. Please don't jump. Please, 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 please. How long is it going to be dark? Oh, I had to put the space bar. I was like, okay. A software developer, a zookeeper, and a lawyer. They all had chosen really interesting career paths. I can't help but feel bad about my lack thereof. I have no idea about programming, and it seems too tough for me anyway, so I guess that wouldn't work for me. I'm allergic to animal hair, so zookeeper would likely be out of the question. I'm also not smart enough to become a lawyer. Girl, you gotta find your own path. You can't just, like, copy someone else's path. I mean, if you end up doing the same thing, like, if it's your passion also, that's fine. But you can't, like, compare yourself to people where it's not your skill set or something that you can or want to do. Just saying. Sigh. What am I good at? Stocking shelves? Oh well, I'll figure it out eventually. Maybe they can give me some tips later. For now, I'll warm up some leftover risotto. That should improve my mood. How late is it now? Well, if you have a city view like that, you must be doing pretty okay. 3 a.m. There's still some time left until Liv wakes up. I wonder how well she remembers Angie, Blaze, and Mike. Now that I think about it, how come the three of them are still awake? Maybe I should ask them when I'm back at my laptop. Okay. We good? Did the music stop? Yeah, my headphones are... I thought maybe my headphones died. Nope, they're still good. Oh, okay, there it is. Ew, it scared me. Okay, here we go. I'm back with food and renewed motivation. Are my headphones broken? The music sounds weird. It does? I don't notice anything different. Whatever. Oh well, I was planning on buying new ones anyway. Oh. I mean, it sounds... Oh, whatever. The music is still listenable. It just sounds a bit distorted. I'll manage. Let's see what they've been chatting about while I was gone. Huh. Apparently nothing. They probably have their own group chat. Right. I wanted to ask them how come they're still awake. I'm back. Okay. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hello again. I've been wondering, how come you're all still awake? It's still early evening here in America, so it's a time zone difference in my case. I have tomorrow off, and I usually like staying up late when I don't have to wake up early the next day. I'm that same way, girl. I get ya. If it's the weekend or something and I have nothing to do the next day, I'm like staying up as late as possible. I also might have had too much coffee and can't sleep. I had a late shift at the zoo. Currently transitioning to being a night keeper. Shift. That's an embarrassing typo. This is why I tell you to double check your messages before sending them. Hung out with some of the owls. They're chill. Hell yeah, dude. Not a fan of the scorpions, though. They're active at night and scurry around. Scorpions! It's the same for me. I also work the late shift and stay up for a few hours after getting home. The main reason why I stay up after my night shift is so that I can chat with Liv before going to sleep. Liv gets up very early, so that's usually the best time to catch up with her online. Dude, she said it was like 3 a.m.? Liv gets up that early? What does she do? Who wakes up that early unless it's for work? That's so odd. She probably got Blaze's invitation as well. I assume she'll join as well once she's awake. Hey, I have an idea. How about we each tell an embarrassing secret? That way we can get to know each other better. Also, theory. I think maybe Liv didn't get an invitation and she's probably like, who the fuck are all these people? Like, imagine they're not actually, like, real people. That would be cool, but I don't know yet. That sounds like a dumb idea. Shut up, Blaze. I'm not sure about this. I don't think I'd be able to come up with anything interesting. And I also don't feel like sharing secrets with half strangers. Even if they are past classmates. Oh. I guess it's fine. Please don't cry. Alright, if Mike thinks it's okay, then I guess I'll play along. Hell yeah. No worries, Amy. You can just pass or tell us something general about yourself. We don't know you that well, so that'll be totally fine. Very nice of her. Alright, then. I guess I'll just tell them something random about myself rather than an actual secret. Alright, I'll go first since I proposed it. You already know about my love for programming when I was at school, so that's not much of a secret anymore. Instead, I'll tell you about something else. It's probably not something unnormal, but I sometimes feel jealous of other people. I guess I don't like this about myself because I don't want to have negative thoughts about others. This especially happens when people openly share things they're passionate about. Probably because I never got to talk about my hobby openly. Thanks you for sharing. Don't worry, feeling jealous sometimes is normal. Totally. I agree. How you deal with these feelings is what's important. You go next, Blaze. I'm still thinking. Alright then. I'll share with you the worst day of my life. Oh boy. Dramatic pause. I got a C once in grade school. Shut up. I guess coming from Blaze, this is a big confession. You'll never understand my pain. Whatev, I'm next. Blaze and Angie already know, so it might be a surprise for you, Amy. When I was in school, I did sports and took care of what I ate. But since finishing school, I kind of abandoned sports and I'm not as careful about eating healthy. So I've gained some weight. meaning I don't look much how I used to. The keeper job is physically demanding, but not enough to level out my love for food. I don't think it's really a problem as long as it doesn't affect your health in a major way. Yeah, there are definitely women out there who are into chubby but underneath muscular guys. Anyway, your turn, Amy. Honestly, Blaze's response is accurate. Not a problem as long as it doesn't majorly affect your health. There you go. Mike working at the zoo reminded me of something. It's not much of a secret, though. I'd never be able to work at the zoo because of my animal hair allergy. But on top of that, I'm also allergic to iguanas? That's so random. How do you even find out something like that? True. It's a long story. I'd love to hear about it when we meet in person for the reunion. Anyway, my turn again. I guess I can tell you somewhat of a follow-up to my last admission. There was one time when I felt especially jealous. It was someone I knew who was into... What was that? What was that? It sounded like steps behind me or something. Oh, I do not like that. Because it was someone I knew was into sprinting, and then I heard steps. Hate that. She was really passionate about it, and it was the topic of most of our conversations. My attempts at changing the topic were usually unsuccessful. Also, is the music getting worse? I thought I heard it get, worse. Oh, God. She was really good at running and definitely would have become a successful athlete. It was a bit painful to listen to her speak about her hobbies openly while being reminded that I couldn't talk about my own. But I feigned a smile every time we talked and tried to not let it faze me. Eventually, I had to find a way to vent so I wouldn't explode, though. Well, I did something I'm definitely not proud of. I ended up putting tacks into her running shoes? Girl! Oh. That was unexpected. I always saw Angie as a really kind person. I never expected her to resort to that, but I guess everyone has their dark side. And it seemed like Angie was regretting it. I guess you do stupid stuff when you're younger. Yeah, but That is so awful. Oh my god. They're just brushing it off. Sick. I assume it's my turn then. This time I'll recount something that might be more interesting to you. Don't forget to split up your messages so it's easier to read. Alright then, I'll try. When I was very young, I knew someone who went on my nerves more than anyone else. He was lazy, got bad grades, was vulgar, an overall unpleasant person. And he always followed me around, trying to befriend me no matter how much I declined. Until something happened on a school trip. We had to go hiking on a mountain and I, being not very fit, hung back. And since the boy, to my detriment, wanted to hang out with me, he hung back as well. He kept passionately talking my ear off about something irrelevant. I don't remember what exactly. Is he gonna, push him off the mountain? Well, he distracted himself so much that he slipped and toppled over the edge. He managed to grab a root that was protruding out of the cliffside. Apparently, due to shock, he wasn't able to cry out for help. All he could do was gasp in desperation. The teacher and the other kids ahead of us hadn't heard what had happened and kept walking on. There were several things I could have done in that moment. I could have grabbed his hand, or I could have cried out to the teacher. Oh, my headphones did die this time. 1 second, I gotta plug them in. Cool. If I'm fumbling around extra, it's because now my controls are reversed. So, very cool. Oh boy. But I didn't do anything. All I could think of at that moment was how little would be lost if the boy were to disappear. And so I continued walking, pretending that I didn't notice. The boy was found dead at the foot of the mountain not too long after. The teacher shouldered the responsibility, as she was supposed to watch us, but I knew that I was at fault. I still remember his face when he mouthed for help, without getting a single sound out, tears in his eyes. That's heavy. Yeah, no fucking joke. That's heavy. Def a step up from the story about you getting a C. Is this really something he should be openly sharing with me? This is very serious. I guess it wasn't like Blaze actively killed him, and Blaze was still young. That's a very extreme story. Alright, then my turn again. My secret is work-related, so please don't tell anyone. Don't want to get fired. Oh god. I'm nervous. Sure. It wasn't like I knew where he worked anyway. Though, I wonder if he should be telling me secrets that could cost him his job. I oftentimes stay late at the zoo after most of the others have left. The ones working the night shift usually don't notice. Sounds relatively harmless so far. Don't... Ew, what was that noise? Oh, it was his stomach growling. Ew, okay. Okay, scares me. It's fine. I'd often skip dinner when staying at the zoo so I'd get hungry at night. Did he eat one of the animals? Hold up. So eventually the intrusive thoughts started. I'd start wondering what the animals at the zoo would taste like. Did you know that seals look chonky but their meat has less than 2% fat? Also lots of protein. There are also indigenous people who eat parrots. Also heard of people eating tigers somewhere. Anyhow, these thoughts are troubling. I'm turning the volume down. I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm scared. I see the animals at the zoo as friends and family. And thinking about eating friends and family is troubling. That kind of weirded me out. The longer this secret sharing is going on, the more unsympathetic everyone seems. And the more uncomfortable I'm becoming. But I guess that's what happens when people start sharing their darkest secrets. Excuse me, my throat. It's 4 a.m. already. I should go take a shower. Oh my god, the way that she's leaving in the middle of this? Crazy. I'll be gone for a bit. Are they gonna be like, no? Alright, see you later. The more I think about it, the more I wonder if what they wrote is true. Angie bullied and physically hurt someone. Blaze let someone die. And Mike is thinking about eating the animals he works with. Those are pretty shocking stories. But would they be sharing them with an almost stranger like me? Were they playing a prank on me? Okay. Sorry, I got scared for a second, but I realized it's my ice maker in the kitchen. I was like, what the fuck is that? Literally ice falling. It's fine. Phew, that was nice. So, do I dare open the chat again? I suspect things have become pretty awkward after those confessions. Seems like no one had written any new messages since I left. Hey, Amy is back. How did you know? Oh, wait, I guess maybe it has, like, an online status thing. I forgot. I was gonna be like, how the fuck did you know? Welcome back. Hello again. Huh? Oh, yeah, how could they tell I was back? Maybe there isn't. Oh, that's creepy. Full chat doesn't have any online away or offline indications. Oh, that's so creepy. Alright, with Amy being back, how about we continue? I volunteer to go next. I'd like to share the aftermath of what I experienced on that trip. I trust you're familiar with the concept of natural selection. It's a term popularized by Charles Darwin. The term natural selection is also oftentimes used mockingly whenever someone hurts themselves while doing something unintelligent. Sometimes said unintelligent actions even result in death. The boy's death I talked about might fit that category. That got me thinking, what if instead of leaving it up to chance, you were to force said natural selection? Which would make it less natural, of course. But if I were to do that, I wouldn't choose the affected randomly. Ooh, the music is different now. Oh, I definitely hear a difference. Oh, great. I would use myself as the standard measure and filter out the ones who were, by a big margin, inferior to me. I'd very likely be a good judge of a person's capabilities and whether they are justified in living. So I gave it a go, and was pretty successful. I would research them, come up with a challenge, and warn them of the consequences that await them if they were to fail. And I thought up pretty clever consequences, if I might add. Is this Saw? Is he Jigsaw from Saw? That feels very Jigsaw-esque. Okay. Swimmers who didn't succeed drowned with their arms and feet tied. Singers got their vocal cords ripped out. Cooks were cooked alive. Despite the challenges being rather easy, in my opinion at least, few survived. The ones who did survive rose to new heights. Do you know Baremi, that bowler who became famous for never missing a strike this year? There was also some commotion around him missing 2 fingers out of nowhere. You have me to thank for that. Ooh, the music. He was to have one of his fingers smashed to a pulp with a bowling ball for every strike he missed. He did unfortunately miss 2. The first because he didn't believe my threat. The second because he was too afraid of what would happen the next time he'd miss. Quitting bowling wasn't an option, of course. He'd lose more than his fingers if he did that. Smash, smash, smash. Gross. Using a bowling ball was a bit inefficient, but it did get the point across. Nice. A bit brutal, but if it works, it works. Yeah, what the hell? What kind of twisted prank is this? I'll go next. This has something to do with the girl who loved running I told you about. Well, putting the tacks into her shoes wasn't the only thing I did. No matter what I did, she wouldn't give up running, and I tried everything. I put laxatives in her food before an important race. I spread nasty rumors about her, like how weird she smelled when she trained because she sweated so much. Eventually, I found one permanent solution to this problem. I invited her to a secluded part of the school building where no one would bother us, and pushed her down the steps. She wasn't too badly hurt. She had only twisted her ankle. Fortunately, I had prepared Oh, no. I was like, wow, that's bad, but I guess she only twisted her ankle. She prepared a sledgehammer in advance. It was pretty heavy, but I managed to lift it. And shattered her legs. I brought the hammer down over and over. I can still hear the crunching mixed with her screams. I loved the look on her face when she realized that she'd never be able to run again. She of course tried to accuse me, but no one would believe her. There was no evidence, and I was well liked by teachers and students. So she was called a liar who was jealous of me, and probably just got into an accident and tried to frame me. That was when I got a taste for destroying other people's dreams. I felt similarly ecstatic when I stabbed the eardrums of a composer and peeled off the skin of a model. Ooh. Ha, I'm getting nostalgic. I can relate. True, very relatable. This was beyond being a bad prank. This was sick. Alright, let me tell you a story as well. At the zoo, there was a penguin that I was really close to. Hung out with him regularly, played a lot with him. He was really cute. He was probably my closest friend aside from Angie and Blaze. He also really seemed to like me back. None of the keepers were as close to him as me. Whenever I entered his pen, he'd run up to me right away. He was also always sad when I had to leave. I'd have been very sad if anything ever happened to that penguin. One night, I stayed in the penguin's pen. He had convinced me to sleep over. I was watching him sleep peacefully when the hunger came. I did it. I killed him and ate him. Right then and there, raw. I was crying. But he tasted so good. Then I moved on to a tapir, also one of my best friends. Then a tiger baby I myself had helped deliver. I ate them all while crying. But the sadder their death was, the better they tasted. Eventually, my curiosity transitioned from the animals to my No. No. Oh. How sad would I be if I ate them? How tasty would they be? Alright, this is screwed up. Yeah. You think so? Very screwed up. They all have disturbing imaginations, and I want no part of it. Also, what is up with my headphones? I keep hearing these weird sounds. Oh, right, I just remembered. Amy, was this your address? No, 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 no. What the? Why do you have this? I made sure to research everyone's address to be able to find a good meeting spot for the in-person event that most people would not object to. How about we visit Amy now that we're friends? That sounds like a great idea. I'm a bit far away as I'm in America. Might take me a few minutes. Alright, I've had enough. They're seriously creeping me out. There's no reason to keep talking to them while no other classmates have joined. Maybe we can make a new group chat without those three. A message by Liv? I guess she's awake already. Hey, Amy. Hey, hi, Liv. Have you also received the group chat invite from Blaze? Okay, here's where it gets... Also, but it does say online. So is that only if they send you a message? I'm confused. Whatever. They're planning a class reunion, but they're being very weird. An invite? Can't say that I got one. Didn't Blaze say he sent out an invite to all our past classmates? That's odd. But hey, this reminds me of an urban legend I read recently. It's about some scary group chat message stuff. Let me send you a link. There she goes again with those urban legends and occult stories. She really can't get enough of them. Twitter. Oh, it's the game devs, I think. That's funny. Not exactly in the mood for scary stories, but I'll humor Liv. Ew. Horrifying chat room. Don't click their invitation. A rumor has been making its rounds recently. Some of our readers have reported getting scary group chat invitations from old acquaintances, distant family, and work colleagues. Don't click on the invite links to those chat invitations under any circumstances. Witness reports speaking of 3 different ghosts that can be encountered in said chat rooms. Oh, that's kind of fun. Number 1, a gluttonous ghost that can't be satisfied no matter how much it eats. Number 2, a ghost filled with regret and jealousy that thrives off of destroying other people's happiness. Number 3, a ghost that feels superior to everyone and wants to get rid of anyone that it sees as beneath it. These invitations usually appear at night and disappear the next day. If it doesn't disappear, then it's likely a legit invitation. If not, then you've been contacted by these ghosts. If you accept their invitation and keep chatting with them, they can enter your home. To avoid them, you need to ignore said invitation until it disappears. Again, don't click on any chat invite links that you receive at night. Oh, it's too late. Oh, it's too late. Oh, it's too late. I'm scared. I don't like it. Someone sent a message into the group chat. Are they going to be like, we're here? Yep. Ah, I called it. We're here. We're here. Oh, no. Ooh. Oh, this art is sick, though. Ooh, I like that. Wow, so you probably can't see some of this, but it says game design, writing, audio, Tim Reichert. Oh, French. Okay, so I assume it takes place in France. This art is really cool, though. It reminds me a little bit of the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. This is cool with the music and everything. Oh, it just closes the whole thing. Oh, shit. That's better. Not to expose my Steam like that. Okay, what do I think? The art at the end was really, really cool. I do like that the music after every like break that she has slowly gets more and more warped. That was really cool. Built the tension well. The sound effects were really cool to like match what they were saying. Really cool. Especially the running one, I think, got me the most because that was the first one and I was not expecting it. Super creepy because it sounded like it was behind me. Very fun concept. I do kind of like that it was like an urban legend, like don't click the link. Like it reminds me of like early 2000s email chains where it's like don't reply to this email or else you're gonna get cursed or something. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like that, and I really like that. Are they, like, kind of cheesy sometimes? Yeah, but I like them, okay? I think they're fun because it makes me feel, like, almost nostalgic because it's like I lived through that shit. I will say, I think the texts or, like, the messages, you know, the writing was a little meh here and there. Like, just didn't seem like realistic chat messages you would get. I do like that it was, like, these ghosts, so it seems like the ghosts morphed to fit her situation. Like, if someone gets these notifications, I'm sure it's gonna be, like, family members for some people, or coworkers for others, or something like that. So I do like that it's, like, unique to the person. I do wish, on the one hand, that because the Blaze ghost was like, hey, remember that bowler that had 2 smashed fingers or whatever? That was me. Like, I wish we could have gotten, like, a dialogue or something like that where it was like, oh my god, I remember seeing that bowler on the news or something. Because it's like, are they referencing real things or are they making it up? I wish there was something in here to tell me that either it's completely fabricated or it's not. Because I think it would be way creepier if it isn't. And these ghosts are implying that they're responsible for these things happening. Which clearly they probably weren't, especially if there was, like, the girl who got her legs smashed with the sledgehammer. Especially if they went to your school, you would hear about that, for sure. You would know. And I wish there would have been something where it's like, oh my, like, I remember that. She was in the hospital for a month or something. That was her. So it leaves the main character guessing of, like, oh my god, was it these real people? And then the legend comes up and it's like, oh my god, no, like, you actually don't know what happened to those real people because these are just ghosts in a thingy. So I think that there was a little bit of lost opportunity in that aspect, but everything else I really did like. The pacing was, like, okay. I think it started off a little too slow, especially for a shorter game. I know you want to build the tension and build the atmosphere, but I think we got the atmosphere pretty quickly. It seemed like the innocent messages and stuff happened for a little too long. So I wish the transition into innocent to not innocent messages was a little faster. Because again, then they could have had some opportunity to have those dialogues or something like that. Even, like, links to news articles or something would have been really cool. To have the ghost be like, yeah, that was me. Here's the link. Bing. And it's like, world famous bowler with 2 smashed fingers has all strikes or something, you know, something like that. So, did I like it? Yes. I do really like it. There were some parts where I was genuinely getting very nervous. I was getting real scared. But overall, I think it's good, but it's not great. For a free game, I mean, why the hell not? You know what I mean? Like, good. Awesome. I love a free game, and especially for a free game, it was good. If you want to play it yourself, I do recommend doing it with headphones on so you can hear all of the noises happening. And yeah, maybe in the dark or something like it said in the beginning. I do like that it gave content warning because a lot of free games don't necessarily always do that. So really glad it gave that warning so we kind of knew at least a little bit of what was to come. But yeah, I mean, it's good. Good little free game. I like it. Play it, why not? But that is all I have for you guys for this video today. Please go ahead and subscribe if you're not already and you made it this far. I would really, really appreciate it. All of my socials will also be down in the description if you would like to follow me on any of those. And go ahead and like the video if you liked it. Share it with everybody if you so choose. And in the meantime, before next week, don't click on any suspicious links because they could put viruses on your computer or put ghosts in your home. So don't do that. Anyways, thanks again. I hope that you all have a good one.